Check this out, y'all. Coming at y'all with another match of the week that you guys need to check out. If you have the WWE Peacock Network, this is the only way you're going to have to check it out due to YouTube taking out a lot of the content. So, this match you got to see, my favorite of the week. Lex Luger versus Hansen. Dope feud from 1990. How did the feud start, I believe? Because it's been a long time ago. I remember when this was my first time ever seeing Hansen. Luger was facing Ric Flair for the title. And I was thinking Lex was going to do it. I was a huge Lex Luger fan. I was a huge Sting fan. You know what I mean? So then, here come this hillbilly coming out of nowhere with a cowbell. And he busting Luger ass, yo. He stomping Luger out, yo. And this was the most disrespect that I've seen in wrestling at the time. This is around the time where WCW was turning up the heat when it comes to edgy content. When you had Terry Funk putting the plastic bag over Ric Flair's head. But here, he not only bust Luger ass, but he also spat on Luger's chest with tobacco spit. I was like, damn. Luger gotta see this dude, man. And he would attack Lex out of nowhere. So they had their first clash at Halloween Havoc. And I like how this Halloween Havoc had more of a standout look. That they had an orange ring. 1990 Halloween Havoc was dope. It was a dope event. The Steiner Brothers and Nasty Boys, they stole the show that night. Then you had Ric Flair and Arn Anderson versus Doom. Those two matches you got to see. But Luger and Hansen, they did their thing, man. That was a brutal back and forth. And I was thinking Lex was going to win it. But Hansen got the W. And I was like, bruh. And Hansen is one of the toughest men I've ever seen in the square circle. Look at the match that he had with Vader. Well, Vader eye popped out of the socket. Look at the match he had with Terry Funk in Japan. I mean, Hansen is one of the toughest wrestlers I've ever seen. And he influenced JBL. That's where JBL got his style from. So going back to this, man, Luger and Hansen go at it for a couple months, and they end their feud at Starrcade 1990, where they had a leather strap match. And at first, we was thinking Hansen was going to steal it, but Luger went ahead and got the W. Brutal back and forth. And this was around the time I think Lex, if you really got into the behind the scenes of wrestling, I got into that as I got older. Hansen took Luger through the woodshed, man. I'm talking stiffing him, really hitting him. Because I think a lot of them saw as Lex Luger as being a pretty boy, bodybuilder type dude that didn't really have respect for the business. So they wanted to give him some hard time. Just same way with Bruiser Brody when he had the match with Luger. I guess a lot of them old timers wanted to give Lex a hard time, but this was a dope feud, man. I need y'all to go ahead and check that out if you can. They might have some highlights on WCW on the YouTube page, but dope back and forth between Luger and Hansen. You got to check that match out. So that's my match of the week right there. Check that out. Subscribe. Screwball Radio. King Eric. Let's go.